What's going on, everyone? This is going to be my thoughts on Bullet Train, from a screenplay by Zak Olkewicz, produced by Antoine Fuqua, based on the novel Maria Beetle by Kōtarō Isaka, and this stars Brad Pitt, Joey Keane, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Andrew Koji, Yuki Sanada, Michael Shannon, Benito Martez Ocasio, Bad Bunny, and Sandra Bullock in a cameo. Also Zazie Beetz and Karen Fukuha. The story of this movie is that Ladybug is an unlucky assassin determined to do his job peacefully after one too many gigs gone off the rails. Fate, however, has other plans for him, as his latest mission puts him on a collision course with lethal adversaries from around the globe, all with connected yet conflicting objectives on the world's fastest train. And the end of the line is just the beginning in this non-stop ride to Japan. So basically you have this device that they want, and he must battle fellow killers while riding a fictionalized version of Tokaido Shinkansen. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, all my social media links are in the description box down below. It's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, TikTok, Snapchat, all of that. I also have my Cash App down there if you would like to support the channel financially, and my Amazon wishlist if you'd like to see anything. Bullet Train. This was a movie I was very curious about because it's taking place on a train. I am a sucker for one location type scenarios, and also it just sounded like a fun premise. And also Brad Pitt, Joey Keane surprisingly doing something like this. This had every potential to be a fun movie. And I have to say, I actually thoroughly had a lot of fun with this. Bullet Train, this is a movie that is just a lot of fun. It's fun. It's got a few issues, but I definitely do like what this movie had to offer. And from a direction standpoint, I have to say that this movie is very well directed. David Leitch, this is a stunt coordinator for Keanu Reeves, but now he's out here doing movies and directing films. And I gotta say, his direction is top notch. It is a very well directed film. He directs action very well. You can tell he's been doing this for as long as he has, and the action scenes in this movie are well done. You get some very fun action and some very chaotic moments on this train, and it even gets to a point where it feels like it almost could be very brutal and very rated R routes. So you definitely do get credit for that. Cinematography wise, I think the movie looks visually good. There's a lot of pretty neon lights, colors going on here. Some great cinematography here. And for the most part, I do love the editing of the film, mostly. And the music is also very well done. It's a very nice action score with some great editing and some great cinematography, great production design. There's some crazy chaotic action throughout this entire movie, and the movie just embraces it. Brad Pitt, he is an Oscar winner, so it's great to see him do a little movie like this. But I have to say, what really drives it over is him. He is the driving force of this entire movie, but without that and the rest of this other cast, the movie doesn't really mean anything if you don't have a great cast. It goes for it. There's a lot of crazy, wacky moments, and this was one of the better movies to come out this summer. So I'm finally glad, even though this is October, I am getting a chance to review this finally. So definitely have to say that this movie knows exactly what it's going for. And so with that being said, I just want to get into the cast now. And once again, we're going to start with Brad Pitt as Ladybug. He is seasoned but unlucky American mercenary, and this movie the Pitt in the role. I very much liked him. He's likable, and Brad Pitt is just a great actor in general, so that helps. Brian Tyree Henry, I already like this guy as an actor. He plays Lemon, who is a British assassin and the brother of Tangerine, and he has a love for Thomas the Tank Engine, which we that type of love for that show when I was a kid, so he was great as well. Aaron Taylor Johnson is Tangerine. He's the brother of Brian Tyree Henry and a British assassin. He's a lot of fun to watch here. He's very entertaining. Raven's gonna be, and he's very good here. You also have Andrew Koji as Yuichi Kimura. He's a Japanese member of the White Death organization. I thought he did a good job at bringing some fun moments. Andrew Koji is also pretty good as Yuichi Kimura. He's a Japanese member of White Death's organization. He was great here. You also got Logan Lerman, now an adult, so it's awesome to see him in the movie once again. And Logan Lerman is a good actor, so it was great seeing him. He was very fun to watch in here. You also have Harada as the Elder. He's a former Yazuka and Kimura's father, and he is great. He plays the Elder, and like I say, he is a great actor. He's been around in the business a lot. But probably the biggest surprise here was Joey King, which I'm just gonna say right now, Joey King is a great actress. She has been great ever since Ramona and Beezus, and even with stuff like The Kissing Booth and Slenderman, while those are far from the best movies ever, I will say she's not the problem. She does try. But the reason why she surprised me here is that she's playing a character called the Prince, and she poses as a British schoolgirl. She gets the accent down, and her performance is very strong here. Joey King is a fantastic actress, as I said. I like her as an actress. I just talked about her a few months ago in The Princess, which I still declare that movie should have been released in theaters along with Prey and along with the recent Hellraiser. But I thought she was great in it, and it's great to see her go out of her comfort zone and take on projects like this. And if this is what more she wants to do in her acting career going forward, if she wants to take more chances like this, I could see her helming a big franchise someday. She was great. Now, this is a very fun movie. I am giving this movie some praises, but there are just a few little issues I do have. I do feel like the movie is at least 15 minutes or 10 minutes too long. This is 2 hours and 6 minutes, 2 hours 2 minutes, or whatever. And while I wasn't bored or anything, there was just a few slow spots here that I'm like, you could fix this up in the editing room. But other than that, I think that is sort of the only issue when it comes to the pacing, because the pacing for the most part I do enjoy. I enjoy a lot of the crazy action that they have to throw at you. There's a lot of funny gags, a lot of funny moments here that they do throw at you, and I do enjoy a lot of that in this movie, and they do work with it to the best of their advantage, and they know exactly what they're doing. So you definitely do get what you're coming here in terms of that. It's just a few pacing issues aside. I feel like that could have been handled a little bit better there. And speaking of handled a little better, a few of these actors, I'll go through them. Michael Shannon is White Death, a Russian leader of a Japanese crime organization. He was great, but I wanted a little bit more out of him in the movie because he was just having fun with this. One actor, Bad Bunny, he has his moments, you know. He has the wolf. He's a Mexican assassin. He has his moments. I think he's just here just to get the movie some extra promotion that it needs, but I will say he does do the best he can for what he was given. But I was a little disappointed in Zazie Beetz. minutes in her screen time. Now, she's good in the movie, of course. This is Zazie Beetz as the Hornet, an American assassin who specializes in poisons. I just felt there could have been a little bit more of her. Like, she's great in the movie, a little bit more out of her. Also, I will say you have some actors here like Sandra Bullock and Nasi Oka and some uncredited cameos with Channing Tatum and Ryan Reynolds. They are also just fine as cameos, but I will say Karen Fukuha, you expect her to play a part in this with her being Asian, and she's now. Karen Fukuha was gorgeous. She's great. I loved her as Katana. I like her on The Boys, but I was just expecting a little bit more out of her here. So I do feel like some of these actors does get a little bit underutilized here for some of the other actors who do have more to do. But I will say that everything else in this movie does work to its full advantage. As I said again, I do feel like the movie could have been tightened up in its pacing just by 5 to 10 minutes. If you would have done that, the pacing would be just great. But you know what? I get what you're going for. You want us to be on at least 2-hour adventure with some crazy action and some kinetic energy. And David Leitch does bring a lot of his kinetic energy into this. And so he definitely knows exactly what he's going for here. And it definitely does stay welcomed up. And when it was over, I was just like, it's one of the better movies of this year. I would have fun watching this again. I know this is not for everybody, but come on, what is the problem? Sometimes we just want some pure escapism fun. I got that with The Princess, so why not let everyone else have it with it? But overall, I gotta say, Bullet Train, I was pretty impressed. I have fun with it. I thought it had some fun action. I liked the story. It was a lot going on. A little, maybe 10 to 15 minutes too long, but at least 10. But the cast was doing great. The action was very chaotic. I like the effort that this movie put in. And this is just a movie that I think is very fun. It's on digital for right now, but it'll be on Blu-ray in a few weeks. So if you guys are interested in checking this out, check out Bullet Train. It's a fun movie. And because of how entertaining it was, I'm going to give this... I'm gonna do it. I'm probably the only person who's willing to do it, but I will say the epitastic fun time. Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. I will have my channel here, so you would like to see anything here. Click the channel icon, subscribe for more. I will also leave a video and maybe a playlist here, so in case you want to see what I'm about. As always, stay Epictasticness, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.